Hey, everybody, it's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan. And today I'm telling you, I had no idea, not even in a million years did I think I was going to come across so much in just some short study that I did in preparation for sharing with you. And yeah, first is something huge with the World Bank and XRP. Secondly is two different projects that have tokens that are on the move, and I just want to tell you what's going on. So the first thing I found was when I was actually researching Quant. QNT is a project I'm very much interested in, and I do have it in my portfolio. I came across this World Bank documentation that was made public. It's a blockchain interoperability test that they did on many different chains. There's quite a lot to get through, the 62 pages. So they have tested Ethereum, Hyperledger Fabric, Corda, Quorum, XRP Ledger that used XRP. And yeah, it really deserves a full study, but to properly do that, it's going to take me hours. So just in skimming this, it's quite interesting. They even looked at the side chain and referenced Polkadot, which that's another project that I'm paying attention to. So there's lots of key questions still. The team tried to run 3 Interledger nodes. So those nodes connected to 2 blockchain testnets, Ethereum and the XRP ledger. So party A sent Ethereum and party B received XRP. The third node acted as intermediary during the token exchange. Very interesting. So they also said that this is a very promising procedure for the payments domain. All right, you can bet that since I tweeted it out on Twitter, a lot of people are going to dive into this document, and I'll probably have another peek at it as well. So what I sent out in sharing that document is that the Quant Overledger is also mentioned in that document. And this is important because I can tell you one thing I know for sure, that not everything is going to run on Ripple. So no matter what you hear other YouTubers say, that is not the case. Trust me. But what might happen is that all of those chains might run under Quant. So I want to just play for you this snippet of a video that I uploaded, and it's really good because it talks about Quant and what chains they have integrated with. And you'll hear Ripple mentioned twice in this very short, 60-second clip that I prepared for you. So hang on just 1 second and let's hear it.
Right, it gives them the ability to do things. So Santander was one of the first companies to do this, and they picked Ethereum for that reason. I see. So, well, let's talk about some of the other public and permissionless systems or blockchains that you may be able to integrate in the future. Obviously, Gil, you're looking that direction for expansion because you are agnostic by design. You already mentioned some of those prominent first layer blockchains, but what's coming in the future for more scalable solutions that you can integrate with?
Yeah, so I mean, we're doing this based on market demand, and our view was always enterprise first. So we've solved interoperability for the private permission, the enterprise blockchain, the private permission blockchains. So we've done Hyperledger, Corda, Quorum, Ethereum, Ripple. So that's for our enterprise customers. Most of them use that. Mm-hmm. For the public ones, we started with the testnets, which is Rockstar and Ethereum and the Bitcoin one. So we've done Ethereum, Bitcoin, and Ripple. And we're just adding the rest because we have connectivity to the 11 chains that we support. So we're adding more as we progress and as we evolve with the ledger. So it just allows it's the networks. It allows everyone to pick and choose what you want, an internal one to talk to an external blockchain. You want Ethereum to talk to Quorum. You want Hyperledger to talk to Ripple. We can do all that today.
So what it is that their technology allows for all those different chains to talk to each other. And as he says, they have had 11 chains at the time this video was done. But you can see that when I find this Interledger protocol family with Quant here in the middle, you can see that there's actually 17 chains that are integrated. So you can see there's Zinfin, there's Swift, there's R3, IBM, Stellar, JP Morgan, Algo. I mean, it's quite a bit. So you can understand why I have QNT in my portfolio. Overledger, I think, is going to be very instrumental for all these different blockchains to be able to be choices used by one person. So you might have one person who will have, if they're on the Quant technology, they'll have all those choices to use to perform whatever transaction they want to do. It's very, very, very interesting technology. All right, so Quant, just so you can see, and I'm hiding it, I'm always in the wrong spot. Quant is up 7% today. Oh, actually, it's now 4%. So it's dropped a tiny bit. It was 7% when I was just preparing the video. It's had a low of $2.01 and a high of $48.05. That's in the last 12 months. So trading at $42.84 today. I think this is a solid project, in my opinion. Now, for some huge news with Stellar. This is just, wow. This is another one. I just had no idea I was going to come across this. One of the largest conglomerates in the world, CP Group, and they back this token called Velo. They have now merged with Stellar in a 9-figure deal. We're talking like a minimum of $1 billion for the deal. The CP Group is a family, and according to the ranking done by Forbes, they are the 21st world's richest family in the world. So you can see there's a lot of money behind this project now. And Velo is grabbing market share in Asia with their payment token. And it's led by a former Ripple director. This is Mike Cowan, and he's describing his experience here. Let's just listen to the minute and 33 seconds.
Not a problem. I've been in technology for nearly 25 years now, so quite a while. I started my career in very hands-on with technology, working in companies like IBM, HP Autonomy, Fiserv, and as well, companies like Ripple Labs. So I was Ripple's first hire in the Asia area, so the first employee in Singapore. I really, for Ripple, helped build out the network of financial institutions that they have in this region today. So really, my last 3 to 4 years has all been focused on blockchain, cryptocurrency, and the next generation of payments. So while in the grand scheme of things, 3 to 4 years doesn't seem like a lot when you talk about different types of industry, but I think as we all know, when it comes to blockchain and cryptocurrency, digital assets, this is an ecosystem that moves at the speed of light. So 3 to 4 years, in blockchain and crypto, being really immersed in that, seeing the market transform in a lot of different ways. I don't think there's going to be too many other folks out there that have been as much in the center of this as I have.
So he believes he's been in the center of it more than anyone else. Well, I don't doubt his experience is really good. I got a good question on Patreon, and they asked, does this have anything to do with XLM? Well, every time there's a transaction done on the Stellar network, it burns a little bit of XLM, just like on the XRP ledger. Any transaction does then burn a tiny bit of the native token. So yeah, that's how that is working on Stellar. But I'm telling you, Velo is something we have to watch. I don't have it, but this is something that we need to watch. You can see here that it is trading at $4 and no, what is it? $1.15. Yeah, okay, so it's down today 4.42%. It has had a low of 41 cents since it started trading in October 2020, and it's been as high as $1.80. All right, just something else that's very interesting that's happening. Wow, I think, everyone's going to say, well, the genie's out of the box. Remember, I covered Terra just a couple of days ago, and that's a DeFi project that has issued a stablecoin called THT, and it's pegged to the Thai baht. And today, the Central Bank of Thailand issued a warning. They are very unhappy. They don't want their sovereign currency involved at all. They've decided to consider it illegal. The creation, the use, the circulation, anything using their fiat as an anchor is totally a threat to them because, as it says in here, it could replace, it could substitute, and it can compete with their sovereign currency. So the central bank doesn't want anybody messing with their Thai baht. I will be very interested to see how they are going to try to squash this because well, I'm not going to say it's not impossible, but these DeFi projects they're all on their own. And I think that this is going to probably be just the first of many central banks. Oh, here's Momo. She's going to hit my computer. Sorry. Many central banks that are going to push back on these stable coins that are tied to sovereign fiat. All right, everybody, let's just one last thing, and that's Wanchain, speaking of DeFi, is going to bring their energy, their power, their value to XRP, and they're going to do so with the Flare network. Yeah, this is getting so interesting. I can just tell you that if you want to have a very interesting experience in this space right now, pay attention to decentralized finance, anything that's decentralized. Wow. Okay, I think we're jumping to the fluff. Are we? No, I'm sorry. One last thing, and it's kind of big too. This is Jim Phelan. He is keeping everybody up to date in all the documents. Yet again, another document with the Ripple SEC versus Ripple case. Wow, like I said yesterday, I had no idea we were going to see the number of documents coming out. This is the SEC response filed to Ripple's letter motion to quash. Yeah, not squash, but quash. And I looked it up. That's a term they use in the legal word to stop or, to same as squash. The exhibits, and those exhibits are made public. They are communications with emails and citing some of the reasoning behind how XRP was distributed, and it names people, and it's unbelievable. I couldn't believe that the exhibits were actually made private by the SEC because Ripple has at the bottom to keep them confidential. It says confidential treatment requested by Ripple Labs, but the SEC didn't pay attention to that at all. So what's happening here? Well, they have agreed to allow the SEC to search their personal electronic devices. but the activity in the individual bank accounts and other financial records, they want to try to stop that. And what the SEC is trying to do is to prove that they had a consciousness of guilt. That is the term that was used. And to also, they want to show how much income was derived from the XRP sales, and was it also relevant to the understanding of their financial condition at that time. So they want to know what was the financial condition of Brad and Chris when they sold in terms of the sales of XRP. And they don't agree with this. And they also don't agree that the location of where they transmitted these sales should be shared either, because they're trying to go on some of the defense that the sales didn't necessarily take place in the United States. So anyway, this is, wow, messy, complicated. But I can tell you that if you are following Jim here, which is the @FileandLaw on Twitter, you're going to get it much sooner than you'll get it from probably anyone else out there. I'm always sleeping when these documents come out, but gosh, okay, we get going here. I'm taking longer than I want. So if you want to hang around with me now, we're going to jump into the fluff. Oh, here I just had the letter for you, so I'm not going to go over that. You can check Jim's tweet. So Sensoji Temple, this is one of the oldest temples in Japan, and it's probably arguably the #1 destination spot for all tourists. And yeah, and I know why, because it's been a tourist spot in Japan for hundreds and hundreds of years. And this is the Kaminari Mon, which is the Thunder Gate. And this is a film I came across. I just happened to come across it on my Twitter, of this AI that's now colorizing these films. This is from 1926, and it's, it's fascinating. It's fascinating. Doesn't matter where it is in the world, to see these films from 1926, to look at the textiles, to look at the public behavior, to look at the hairstyles, just everything, the architecture. I don't know. I just love this, and it can be from any part of the world, and I love it. So what's really interesting is I noticed, which I've been at this gazillions of times, wow, look at all these pieces of paper or stickers. What in the world is that? I mean, I know what they are, but let me show you what the Kaminari Mon looks like today. Wow, this really got big on me. Let's see if I can make it smaller. This is how it looks today. There, it's totally clean and pristine and beautiful, and with this vermilion red paint, and there's no stickers at all. So I just, kind of did a little bit of research, and if you also notice, the lantern was very small at that time, and now it has a big 700-kilogram lantern, which has a great story behind it. Let me show you this postcard here. This is from the 1950s, and yeah, all the stickers are there, and the lantern is still really small. You can see this very long promenade here that goes all the way to the temple, and then there's shops and vendors and food on either side. That's why it's so popular to visit, because there's just so much to see, so much to buy, so much to eat, and you can take your time going down the promenade. It's really, it's a fun place to go when you come to Tokyo. So the 1950s, this is right before Panasonic gave the donation to help renovate the gate and the mon. You can see how this roof line is. Let me just go back to the old this picture here. Yeah, you can see how beautiful it is today. And this is the postcard. It looks a little rough around the edges in 1950. So Panasonic has decided to continue that help in keeping that big lantern there. They change it out every 10 years, and it's gifted to the temple from Panasonic still to this day. It's a big deal when they bring it down, and it's a big deal when they put the new one up. And I just thought this is a great shot where you can see, this is 1960, right after the restoration was done. Big lantern is in, the beautiful gate is without those stickers, which by the way are called senjafuda, and then this long promenade you can see. If you come to Tokyo, it's not a tourist trap. There's a lot of tourist traps in the world, right, for tourists, but this is not one of them. This is one I would recommend. So what I wanted to kind of tell you about, because if you go to Kyoto or you go to some of these old buildings, shrines, just they're everywhere actually, you're going to see these senjafuda, and they're votive slips or place cards, and people post them all different types of places, on gates, on buildings, on temples, and they bear the name of the person who visited. So it's kind of like, aha, I was here. And you think, wow, so this guy's head is down here. You can see how high these are. Well, from the Edo period, which is the 16, 17, 1800s, they've always had these guys that have the poles that allow you to place them really, really high. I have not ever seen one of these guys now. I don't think they are actually working anymore, but what you will find is that the apprentice to the geisha, which are called maiko-san, they have these little stickers, senjafuda, and they do put them on the walls of restaurants, on the ceilings of wherever. It's like, yeah, I've been here, because they're advertising themselves. It's kind of a form of a business card, a meishi, and they want to show, especially the fancy places, believe it or not, they want to show, well, I was taken here by a customer. And so they that's their advertising. And here in doing this, I didn't know about this, but in the city of Nara, in Naramachi, which is like the old part of Nara, which still has buildings that are from the Edo period, there are just 2 maiko-san left. They're so cute. They have their own channel now, and they have been uploading like a lot, like yesterday and the day before, and this is a whole new world they're trying to survive, and they're trying to find a way to reinvent their business. And so, yeah, many of them have gone on to the internet, and these 2 are just adorable, and they've gone on to the internet. This is the town that they have their business in. This is Naramachi, and here is their channel. Here you can see, yeah, just yesterday they uploaded 2 videos, and then 1 2 days ago. Anyway, it's kind of life as a maiko-san. It's great. I'll put a link to it in the description below. And then today, March 17th, this is actually somebody's shot that posted on Twitter, and this is Nara. So it's kind of beautiful. It's really beautiful. All right, everybody, do take care. Sayonara for now. Bye-bye.